Hello, YouTube. I am Pinstar, and this is Pinstar's PAX Preview Palooza 2019. So, about a week ago, I attended PAX East 2019, and went there for both business and pleasure. But on the business side of things, I was there to see what there was to see, what games are on the horizon, what companies are moving and shaking, and what offerings might be showing up on my channel in the near and far future. Well, today, my friends, I've got a little compilation for you. The following are all of the games that I saw at PAX that will likely make an appearance on my channel at some point. Maybe as just a Pinstar Plays, maybe as a full series, depending on interest level and how the game turns out. But that being said, there's quite a bit to cover. There was also a ton of other games at PAX and a ton of really good ones, but I'm just going to cover the ones that will likely show up on my channel, so enjoy. Railroad Corporation. Now, I got to sit down and play a couple of minutes of game time with Railroad Corporation, and I immediately got some Railroad Tycoon 3 vibes from it. However, a lot of the UI has been streamlined. A lot of the track placement, the station maneuvering and whatnot, all felt a lot smoother than in Railroad Tycoon 3, which is probably, if I had a complaint about that game, that would be it. Further, look at this screenshot. Look at this. You can hire people that give you specific bonuses to even things like purchase grain for 35% cheaper. That opens up a whole world of new strategies by going after things that might be unprofitable for your competitors, but if you've got the right employees that can give you these discounts, suddenly markets open up and things can be done creatively. Definitely looking forward to this. That is Railroad Corporation coming, quote, early 2019. I will absolutely be covering this on my channel. As I get more details, I shall pass them to you. Another offering that is definitely going to find a home on my channel when it releases is PAX Nova. Now, PAX Nova was not a playable demo at their booth this E3. It was not quite far enough along for that. However, I've been given a press kit with some really juicy screenshots. PAX Nova is a space-based 4X strategy game that, by the looks of it, combines elements of Civ, Stellaris, Galactic Civilizations, and, yeah, those three. Civ, Stellaris, and Gal Civ. And you throw those three into a blender, I think you're going to get one heck of a smoothie here. This game looks extremely promising. And while I haven't had a chance to get my hands on it, I'm looking forward to it very much. That is PAX Nova, slated to come out Q4 2019. This war of mine, Frostpunk. Two games that have one thing in common, well, two things in common. They are both strategy games, and they are both grim and dark in tone. Well, also three things in common. They do really well on my channel. And four things, I really enjoy them. To add to that mix, we have Through the Darkest of Times by Paint Bucket Games coming up. So I got a chance to play this. Imagine it is 1933. Imagine you are Jewish. Imagine Hitler takes power and starts doing what Hitler does. Imagine you try to organize a civil resistance to this. That is what the game is challenging you to do. It is done with fictional characters, procedurally generated characters, so no two playthroughs are the same, but the general ebb and flow and scope of the game will follow the events from 1933 to 1945, when Germany surrendered and Hitler's reign was all but over. This looks like a good one. It is definitely it's a turn-based asset assignment strategy game. I got to play about 15 minutes of it. Definitely tests the mind and definitely treads the dark line of its topic seriously and deeply. I'm looking forward to this one. Was wandering around PAX when I happened upon the Devolver Digital booth. Now, Devolver Digital has put some interesting stuff out there, so I wanted to see what they had to offer. And they had a couple of rather interesting games out there, but one in particular stoked a high amount of curiosity from me. Weedcraft Incorporated. It was it was a business sim offering, so I inquired further, and gosh darn it, I kind of like what I see. Now, just to give you guys a little background, I'm not a pothead myself. However, I definitely support those who decide to partake. However, this game, it could have easily gone the lol, YOLO, blaze it 420, ha 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 route in terms of its approach to marijuana and the topic thereof, but no, it actually takes a fairly modern, fairly mature approach to it, showing both it in the good and the bad light, and also the dynamics between legalization and public perception and all that other stuff. Not to mention, it looks really, really freaking awesome. In fact, I can tell you it plays really awesome. Tomorrow, I actually have a early copy of this game, and we'll be showing off some not live, but some gameplay for you guys. The embargo allows for the 2 hours of gameplay, so enjoy that coming up tomorrow. So yeah, Weedcraft Incorporated. Definitely a different game, but scratches the Tycoon itch nicely. It wasn't until the third day of PAX that I actually managed to stumble upon the booth for Foundation. That's sort of a testament to how freakishly large and crowded PAX is, that I've been wandering the convention for 3 days and did not find this gem of a game until the third one. But man, I am glad I did. So Foundation looks like Banished, right? In fact, one of the PR guys in the booth there was there for a comment, and I asked him, "Hey, this looks like Banished. Is this sort of a successor to Banished?" And he categorically told me, "No, it is not. It is actually it's a medieval era city builder, but it is free form. The buildings, the layout, everything that you place is not, strictly speaking, a grid. You place it down and let the town grow organically." I asked him, that sounds almost a little like Planet Coaster, but with a city builder. And he said, not as much artistic development is needed on the player's thing. You're not tasked with literally assembling every single building in your town the way you are in Planet Coaster. And I said, good, because I'm not that good of an artist. So it's kind of a mixture of the two. And with plenty of city builder mechanics underneath to keep things interesting. So I have to say, especially, even though this is not a Banished spiritual successor, it still gives me that vibe. And even if it's, gameplay wise, artistic wise, it definitely looks right down my alley. So this will most certainly be making an appearance on my channel. Now, it is actually available right now for early access. I do not yet have a press key to it at this very second, but I will be trying to obtain one ASAP so that I can bring you guys some live gameplay, or, well, partially live gameplay footage for you, just so that we can both together dive deeper into this game. So yeah, keep your eyes on this one, folks. That is Foundation. When I was walking past the booth where this particular game, Circadian City, was playing, I couldn't help but be drawn by the art style. It looked very similar to Stardew Valley, and given that I've covered and the popularity of Stardew Valley on my channel here, I decided to investigate. So I asked the guy at the booth, hey, this kind of looks a little bit like Stardew Valley. Tell me more about the game. He did confirm that Stardew Valley is one of the major influencing games that led to the design of this particular game. However, it is not a Stardew Valley clone. It is a life simulator, so same genre, but there are some interesting twists to this game. One, the game takes place in a big city, so farming is right out. They made a conscious decision not to make farming mechanics part of the game. Instead, relationships are what you are trying to grow, and these relationships bear fruit more than just, having some different dialogues with the characters, because this game has a sleep-wake dichotomy. The world is actually two worlds: the waking world, which is the city, and the sleeping world. And your actions in one will affect what is available and what happens in the other. The idea being that the connections and bonds you form in the waking world can drive what your sleeping world becomes like, and you can develop yourself in the sleeping world so that you have more opportunities in the waking one. Definitely keeping my eyes on this one. Industries of Titan is a game that I've had my eyes on since they announced it. Being made by Andy Nguyen, the same guy that did Tooth and Tail. This game has a vastly different art style, genre, and, well, everything. And I got to sit down and play it for 15 minutes at PAX East. And it is an interesting mix of genres, a really, really good one. In a way, you've got a little bit of, say, Big Pharma's machine and placement mechanics, where you try to fill out an interior location as efficiently as possible with modules that will make it more efficient. Similarly, you have an exterior feel that almost kind of feels like almost like a city builder, but a more simplified block style city builder. And yet we still have another aspect that's almost like an RTS, but without the fast twitch muscle reflex. As you expand and explore the ruined world of Titan and try to reclaim it, while also defending your assets from rival corporations. There's also a lot of political intrigues, a council that you need to bribe and buy favors and curry favors from to get things done. A lot of political clout and bureaucracy that needs to be navigated in order to succeed. It almost has a Dune feel to it, with the whole houses, corporations being similar to the houses and all the bureaucracy that goes on in between them, just without the giant sandworms. Either way, really interesting game. I am looking forward to it. You should too.